What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of King Print, where I cover all things screen printing. In today's video, I'm going to give you my opinion on the best white screen print ink. So let's get right into it. So I've been screen printing for about 13 years now, and I've tried just about every ink on the market. And I know it can be confusing to a new screen printer not knowing which ink is the best to go with some claiming they're low bleed, others claiming they're one hit, and the list goes on and on. So in my trials, I've narrowed it down to two inks. The first being Wilflex Tiger Bright. Now this ink is a little bit on the expensive side and isn't always available through Amazon, where I order all my screen print supplies from. So when that ink is not available, I'll go with my second choice, which is gonna be Phoenix White by Triangle. The only real differences I see in this ink is that Tiger Bright is a little bit thicker than the Triangle ink, Phoenix White. Now, if you're new to screen printing or a new screen printer, it's preferable that you go with the Phoenix White, because the thicker the ink, the harder it is to clear the screen, the more blotch outs your potential to get. What I mean by blotch outs is you have to actually put more pressure on the squeegee, and if you're not accustomed to giving it firm pressure, you're gonna give more pressure on one side than the other, and it's gonna blotch out to one side. So you definitely don't want that. In that case, a Phoenix White would be the preferable ink to go with. Besides that, there's really no major difference in these two inks. The Phoenix White also has a very light blue tint, invisible to the naked eye. You really can't tell unless you're looking for it. I'm not sure why it has it, but when comparing them side by side with the Tiger Bright, you can tell that the Phoenix White has a very subtle blue tint. Now, as with all inks, you're gonna have a little bit of a trade-off depending on what you want the ink to do. For example, the rapid cure inks are a little bit thinner and they're a lot more prone to bleeding. What I mean by that is your shirt colors, like your reds or your maroons, if you hit it with just a one hit, even if you give it an underbase, a lot of times because of the thinness of the ink, you're gonna have dye migration. You're gonna have the dye from the shirt bleed through. Now your white print is gonna be maroon or it's gonna be red, because that ink, that dye from the shirt bled through because the ink is so thin. On the flip side, your quote unquote one hit inks are gonna be a lot thicker and sometimes difficult to manage on the screen. Sometimes it's gonna feel like peanut butter on the screen when you try to give it your flood and give it your pass, right? And it's gonna be very difficult, as I mentioned earlier, if you're not used to the flood and stroke method or handling your squeegee in the correct way, you're gonna have blotching out, or the ink is not gonna clear through your image. And let's say you do get that thick ink to clear through your screen. From what I've seen, you still don't get that vibrant white you're looking for, and most of that ink bleeds into the shirt, so you have to hit it with that second pass anyway. Along with that, if you're curing your shirts with a flash dryer, you're gonna need to leave the dryer over your image for a longer period of time. And what that tends to do is to scorch your shirt, because the temperature of the flash dryer is really hot and you have to leave it under the dryer for a lot longer, because you need to cure those two thick layers of ink. And now you're scorching the shirt, and now you have a really rough feeling print. You can also have bubbling in the ink, which gives it a sandpaper feel. It just gives it a low quality, unprofessional print. So to counteract that, what you can do with your one hit is add reducer to the ink, and that thins out the ink, but then that defeats the purpose of the one hit. Now it's no longer a quote unquote one hit. Not sure what you need to get started, or just want to upgrade your equipment? Be sure and check out my Amazon store for the best deals on print supplies and equipment all in one place. So in all my years of screen printing, I've never seen a true one hit. So whenever you see that on the label, take it with a grain of salt. The reason I like Triangle ink so much is because it's really soft and manageable. It glides on the screen, it clears the ink really well. It has a real vibrant white to it, and it prints on everything. 100% cotton, 50-50 blend, 100% polyester performance materials. It also has a soft feel to it, aka soft hand. A quick little pro tip: to get that real soft, buttery feel on your print, you're gonna wanna press it for 5 seconds after you cure your t-shirt, and that's gonna give it a premium feel. I usually upcharge for this service. Usually the people that do that are the people that are reselling t-shirts. It just adds a perceived value to the t-shirt. So just to recap, the Triangle ink Phoenix White print quality, I give it a 10 of 10 Price, I give it an 8 of 10. It's not really expensive. It's not the cheapest. It's right in that sweet spot. It's mid-range price, but you do get high quality results. It's a real workhorse ink, and every serious screen printer should have it in their shop. I will leave a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself, on sale right now from Amazon. Be sure and check out my channel for more helpful screen print videos. Don't forget to click the link in the description for screen print supplies on sale right now from Amazon. Thanks for watching. Check you on the next one.